Amen, brother. Sing it on. All right, folks, this is the Monday Night Rule of Law Traffic Show. It is July 22nd, 2013. Now, there is a little something that's going on the Facebook page. I'm up to almost 900 people that have started following what I'm posting up there. If you want to read what I'm doing and get information about when we're going to have the website up and running for the classes, please go on to Facebook and send a friend request to Tao Law, T-A-O space L-A-W. Okay? I put a new cover art up there, and I would like for you guys to listen to what it says. This is a quote by a man named Gustav de Molinari. Anarchy is no guarantee that some people won't kill, injure, kidnap, defraud, or steal from others. Government is a guarantee that some will. Folks, if you think you're not living that dream right now, then you are strictly not paying attention. That could not be a truer statement in this day and age out of anyone's mouth. We live in a society where those we put in power are bigger criminals than those we put in prison. And it's not so much that it's a better class of crime. You know, they're killing and murdering just as much as any serial killer. They just call it war. They're killing just as much as any serial killer. They're just calling it law enforcement. They're killing just as much as any terrorist and calling it government necessity and continuity. And we keep buying it. We keep supporting it. We keep funding it. We keep standing apart and individually and allowing these people to steal from us to fund what they do to oppress us. Talk about loving your slavery. We love it so much here in America, we're willing to pay for it. To the point of being destitute, we're willing to pay for it. You want to talk about asinine, folks? It makes me sad to be an American these days because of what I see going on. I mean, you'd ask anyone that you meet on the street about some of these issues, and they are oblivious, or they don't care, or it's news to them. It's as if they don't live on the same planet. They don't see the same things that you do. And for the most part, they probably don't, because they're looking at the situation through their own set of rose-colored glasses. My life is okay, therefore it's all okay. Now, that's a very self-centered point of view in my book. Can you imagine what the state of the world would be if we had followed that simple commandment of do unto others as you would have them do unto you, and love thy neighbor more than thyself? If you woke up every morning willing to sacrifice what you had for the betterment of another, how much better would this world be if everyone had that attitude? It's not that you would have to do it, because for everything that you're putting out for someone else, there's somebody putting out on your behalf as well. Now, no, that's not socialism. No, that's not communism. That's just simply caring about the welfare of those around you more than you care about your own. Okay? And we're told that when we have that attitude, we will be blessed. Doesn't tell us that we will be rich in material wealth. It doesn't tell us that we will have all of these things to show that we've done good. It says that all of our needs will be met. And if everyone is living that way, you would have to admit that's exactly what's happening. Everyone's needs are getting met. It's not that you can't have things or time for yourself. You absolutely can. But we would no longer be a society and a world of I don't want to be involved. I don't want to know these things because it requires me to be responsible. It requires me to act. It requires me to do. It takes me out of that entitlement mentality I have become so endeared to. And folks, believe me, that is one of our biggest problems. Our biggest problems are we are so self-centered. I can't do for you because I don't have enough for me, and I've got to take care of me first. You know, I can think of only one situation where that rule actually applies, and only one. And it's one that we had to teach when we were training pilots how to survive when they were shot down or crashed or whatever, and they didn't have an immediate way to get out of where they were. Okay? On survival training, if you have people that depend on you for their survival, then you must be the first one taken care of, because without you, they all die. So that means if you're out in the wilderness with women and children and all these other people that rely on you for the food they have and how they are protected and so on and so forth, then whatever food and sustenance that comes along, believe it or not, you're going to have to be the one that partakes first. Because if you can't function, everybody dies. That's the only situation I can come up with where that would be the rule of me first. The rest of the time, there's nothing wrong with knowing who your neighbors are. There's nothing wrong with talking to the people around you, letting them know that if they need something, you're there. And like every other place in the world, there are going to be those that try to take advantage of such a situation. There always are. And you have to watch out for them. Doesn't mean turn your back on them, but you have to be aware of those that are going to try to get more than you're able to give just because they can. They're the ones that have gotten wholly hooked on the me first in every instance mindset. And I want to tell you that mindset is not any more virulent and oppressive than it is for those at the top of the food chain, or so they think, in the elite crowd. You will never meet somebody that is more entitlement-minded than those that already have more than everyone else. I put a link up on my page there for people to look at. There was a study that was conducted. What they did was the study was all about those that have versus those that have not. And the study covered several different areas. And what it actually found out is that those that are more entitled and have more than everyone else had a much higher, 4 to 6 times higher propensity to be dishonest, immoral, unethical, to cheat, to lie, to steal, and to take for themselves before giving to others. Now look at who we've put in our highest offices. Those people that have thousands of times more than those they've been put over. It's sad. But those at the very top of our society have more than everyone, and this study shows you exactly the mentality they're going to have while they're there. And yet you insist on re-electing them to office over and over again. Now let's consider how many of these people went into office with maybe, some of them not even millionaire status, but some of them already in millionaire status. And now they're multi-millionaire status. Not just 1 or 2 million more, but tens or hundreds of millions more since they took public office. And you think that they didn't get that by insider trading, under-the-table deals, kickbacks, bribes, gifts for political favors, whatever name you want to put on it. You think that just happened by accident? That these idiots that can't manage to balance a frickin' budget are economical geniuses with their own money to quadruple their wealth base in a single term of office? Come on! Get real! And yet we keep putting them back. We don't get upset by what they do. We don't raise a ruckus. We don't tar and feather. We don't publicly hang, which we have every right to do. We're not rioting in the streets when our government steals the whole country blind, but a few ignorant people are going to go out, despite what a jury says and what the law says, they're going to riot because one guy shoots another who was trying to kill him first. We don't think anymore. We just don't. It is ridiculous, and it's our fault. We have allowed this to become the status quo. We have remained silent to the things that are polluting, corrupting, and destroying this nation from what it's supposed to be to what it currently is. This whole nation is frickin' Detroit. Whether you like it or not, that's what it is. Why? Because you people are apathetic. You're lazy. You're pathetic when you let this go on. When you don't raise your voice, you don't take a stand, you don't say no, and you don't make others understand why. When you remain silent, this is what you get. So this is our fault. Again, it's our fault.